The United Kingdom has faced a challenging year marked by various calamities and crises. Queen Elizabeth II, on her official birthday, acknowledged the somber national mood prevailing within the country. The recent events mentioned include a devastating fire at a public housing block in West London, terrorist attacks in London and Manchester, and political developments such as the surprising electoral gains of Jeremy Corbyn's Labour Party. The excerpt suggests that these events have contributed to a sense of decline and difficulty in the United Kingdom. It highlights the diminishing influence of the British Empire and the potential challenges facing the monarchy. Queen Elizabeth, having witnessed the transformation of Britain from a global power to a less significant nation, is now in her 90s, and her husband has announced his intention to step down from royal duties. These circumstances have led to speculations about the future of the monarchy. The article also discusses the changing nature of the royal family and its attempts to modernize and adapt to contemporary times. However, some critics argue that these efforts have strayed too far from tradition and have resulted in the erosion of the monarchy's image. The involvement of the royal family in social causes, association with celebrities, and departures from established norms are cited as examples of actions that undermine the institution. There are concerns about the long-term consequences of these changes. The excerpt further suggests that Britain has undergone a shift in values and moral outlook. It refers to a perceived decline in morality, labeling the country as an immoral cesspool. Some commentators express worry about the direction the nation is heading and question the impact of these cultural shifts on the royal family and the country as a whole. It is important to note that this excerpt presents a specific perspective and may not reflect the views of all individuals in the United Kingdom. Opinions on the role of the royal family and the state of the nation can vary significantly. Public sentiment is diverse, and there are differing viewpoints on the significance of recent events and the future trajectory of the monarchy. In summary, the United Kingdom has faced a challenging year with various crises and developments. These include tragic incidents, political changes, and concerns about the monarchy's direction. The article highlights the potential consequences of these events and shifts in societal values. However, it is essential to recognize that perspectives on these matters can differ greatly among the population. Queen Elizabeth II hosted Pope John Paul II at Buckingham Palace in 1982. However, there are concerns about Britain's declining respect for religion and its impact on the monarchy. The loss of faith in God is believed to have led to negative changes in Britain's outlook, attitudes, morals, and ethos. The Queen's failure to uphold Britain's religion, despite her oath to do so, is seen as a contributing factor to the nation's moral decline. The rise of secularism, multicultural religious confusion, and submission to European religion is evident in Britain today. Unprecedented efforts have been made by the Queen to reconcile with the Vatican, including visiting the Pope in Rome and hosting his visit to Britain. Prince Charles has shown even more commitment to foreign religions. Expressing his desire to be the defender of faith rather than the traditional defender of the faith, if he were to become king, the decline in religious values has had significant consequences for British society. The Church of England has lost its moral authority and has relaxed its stance on controversial topics such as women in the clergy, premarital sex, and homosexuality. The monarchy, instead of upholding godly standards and preventing moral decay, has passively observed and even supported these changes. As a result, British society has suffered greatly. The significance of family is emphasized, with the example of Prince Charles and Princess Diana's troubled marriage and subsequent divorce. The erosion of traditional family values has had a detrimental effect on the nation. The sanctity of marriage, as depicted in the Bible, is highlighted as a godly institution that teaches spiritual truths about God Himself. The breakdown of families leads to societal decay and vulnerability to perverse ideologies. The actions of the royal family, such as cohabitation before marriage and support for transgender rights, are seen as contributing to the moral decline. the association of the royal family with causes that promote destructive ideologies like gender fluidity. Same-sex marriage and transgenderism is criticized. The support for these causes contradicts the concept of God-plain marriage and aligns with behaviors labeled as abominable by God and the Bible. References are made to the biblical stories of Sodom and Gomorrah, highlighting the destructive consequences of embracing homosexuality and deviant sexual practices. The warning of impending destruction due to moral decay is emphasized, with the notion that nations that follow the path of Sodom and Gomorrah are doomed to perish. The importance of family in building strong nations is stressed, and the breakdown of families is identified as the root cause of homosexuality and other societal problems. The prophet's warnings about major cities being destroyed by nuclear fire are invoked, suggesting dire consequences for nations that deviate from God's plan for family. Understanding God's master plan for family is deemed crucial in comprehending the magnitude of sins related to family distortion and destruction. The article concludes by asserting that God is changing the way he deals with the royal family, signifying tragic events looming over Britain, America, and the Jewish nation.